Alright everyone, welcome to Arsenal Fan TV. Here I am previewing the game against Monaco this Tuesday evening in the last 16 of the Champions League. Mission impossible it would seem. But considering our recent form, considering that we've won every single game since the Monaco defeated the Emirates earlier on, it does look a little bit like we could get something out of this game. It does look like we could go to Monaco and potentially win 3-0. Realistically, I'm not going to say that we can go to Monaco and score 3 goals past them. It's the kind of game where I'm looking at it and I'm thinking that I'm expecting nothing, but anything else is a bonus out of this fixture. It's going to be very, very, very difficult to overturn the deficit that we've already conceded in the first leg of this game, and we know that Monaco have such an excellent defensive record at home. I think the last time that they conceded 2 goals was back in November in a 2-2 draw. So we know quite how difficult this is going to be. But I'm confident that if we throw absolutely everything that we've got against them, I'm confident that we can at least get a couple of goals in this game. But we know that a couple of goals isn't enough. We need to be scoring 3 past them. And that's going to be very, very, very difficult. They made it very difficult for us in that first leg. But I can kind of take hope from other results that have been occurring in the Champions League. For example, Schalke's victory over Real Madrid. And then you had PSG getting 2 goals against Chelsea. So it does give me a little spark of confidence. I am confident that we are going to win this game. I'm just not very confident on whether we're actually going to go through when the final whistle blows. It's a very, very big and uphill task that we've given ourselves here. The first leg was absolutely unforgivable. The fact that we look so unmotivated just really summed up our performance. And as well as that, let's not forget that we did create chances that I think we can take confidence from. It's just a lot of them fell to Olivier Giroud, who was incredibly off the ball. It is vital that if Giroud is to start this game, which I'm confident he will, it is absolutely key that he is on the ball. Massive, massive game for him, as well as the whole of the team. I think defensively we don't have too much to be concerned about. I felt that up until the time that we conceded in the game against Monaco, they were offering very little at the attacking end of the pitch. Although that's not to say that they didn't look dangerous whenever they attacked, because they did. They had very good attacking players. Despite, you know, what you might think of Dimitar Berbatov, etc., they have got good players going forward, which can potentially cause a threat. But let's not forget they are a depleted team in this leg of the fixture. So it's certainly a Monaco side that we can expose. But I think that they're going to look at those games, that like the Schalke ones, the PSG ones that I've already mentioned. They're going to put a lot of men behind the ball, which you would rightly expect them to do. And I think it's just a case of us trying to break them down and score at least 2 goals in that first half. That's what's absolutely key for us, getting a couple of goals within, I'd say, if we could go 2-0 within 20 minutes, the scenes would be absolutely unreal. But it's a very big ask. The likes of Kondogbia were absolutely immense in the game in the first leg, made it very, very, very difficult for us to get past them. But he is a player that's prone to error, as is their backline. Ricardo Carvalho is aging. They have got players that can certainly be exposed, but I just don't think we can look at individuals really. I think that as a unit, they're very, very well regimented. They've got a very good manager who's in charge of their team, and they know exactly what they've got to do in this game. They've got to see it out and play on the counter. I think it's a big game for both of our centre-halves, Mertesacker and Koscielny, or Gabriel if he's to start. Vital that they stay disciplined in this fixture. Just if they were to stay back, Mertesacker doesn't need to bomb up the pitch because he doesn't offer anything attacking wise apart from a big body, but he's very slow to track back. He was the key weakness in the side against Monaco in the first leg. Absolutely disgraceful performance by him, and since he's come back into the side after being dropped to Gabriel, I think he's played very, very, very well. And I wouldn't expect him to be over-committing in this game, because he does do that even at the best of times. We need our 2 centre-halves to stay disciplined, stay in our own half, because there's absolutely no need for them to go attacking in this game. Just let our attacking players in Ozil, Cazorla, etc. attack in this game, and the influx of talent that we've got going forward should be enough to get us a couple of goals if we continue to press. We've got to get them from the get-go, really. I'm not too sure if I want to see Danny Welbeck or Theo Walcott start this game. I think it's a real question of, do we start Ozil or Cazorla? I think, Ozil or Cazorla, I think ideally we want to start both of these players, but considering that Aaron Ramsey had such a fantastic performance against West Ham, it's kind of a no-brainer that he's to start this game. And then you ask the question of, do you start Ozil and Cazorla, or do you start one or the other? I think it maybe would be more beneficial to start one or the other, but I think personally, that both of these will start, and I think that you'll start with, I think Wenger is going to play one of them out wide, but they're going to interchange in at number 10, or I think that would be a preferable thing to do. We're going to need that creativity. We're going to be needing these players to create space in the box and really break down that Monaco midfield, as well as their defensive. Toulon comes back into the side for them. It's going to be a very, very defensive display for them, and they're going to make it incredibly difficult for us to break them down. So I would personally start Cazorla and Ozil. My team in full would be David Ospina in goal, Hector Bellerin, Laura Koscielny, Per Mertesacker, Nacho Monreal, Francis Coquelin, Aaron Ramsey, Mesut Ozil, Santi Cazorla, Alexis Sanchez and Olivier Giroud. I think that's a team that can create space. It's a team that can cause problems. Of course, I haven't started with two conventional wingers, Alexis Sanchez on that left-hand side and then Mesut Ozil out on the right-hand side, interchanging with Santi Cazorla. I would play that way, create spaces, create opportunities for likes Olivier Giroud, Alexis Sanchez to get into, and then with at the 60-minute mark, 70-minute mark, something like that, bring on Theo Walcott and Danny Welbeck. They can have a real impact from the bench. They can still be key figures in this game, despite not starting it, in my opinion. But I do think one of Welbeck or Walcott will start in this fixture. But it's a very, very, very difficult one to call. I think with those two players coming off from the bench, they can cause a Monaco side which is struggling with injuries. I can think they can cause it a lot of problems. Certainly, we've got to run them ragged. That's the key thing in this game. When we bring on players with pace and ability, when this team, the Monaco side, get incredibly ragged, I certainly think that we can expose their errors, get a couple of late goals. That last half an hour is going to be absolutely pivotal in this fixture, but it's a big, big, big ask. I'm not pinning my hopes on anything in this fixture. Like I mentioned at the start of the video, I'm expecting absolutely nothing, and anything else is a bonus. But if we were to go through, it would be an absolute revelation. All would be forgiven for what happened in that first leg, which quite frankly was unforgivable as it stands. But we have an opportunity here to correct things, to right the wrong. If we play admirably like we did against Manchester United last Monday, if we put in performances and score goals and create opportunities like we did against West Ham the other day, we have a very good chance to go through. But this is a very good Monaco defence that we're coming up against, a very well regimented side. They know what we've got to do. We know that we've got to score 3 goals. We've got the talent to do it, but it remains to be seen whether we're going to progress in this tie. Anyway guys, those have been my thoughts on the game coming up against Monaco in the last 16 of the Champions League. Mission impossible. Like the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe to Arsenal Fan TV.
We're here in Italy. Yeah, we're playing Monaco, but we're here in Italy thanks to...
I'm glad you brought this up actually.